Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, The Stock Analyst. So, another video from my phone just to give you an update. So, it will be super quick and I think it might be helpful because these videos are like 2-3 minutes. Just want to give you the information so that you can make some money for day trading, swing trading, and at the same time, if you have long term perspective. So, anyway, here I'm going to talk about ticker symbol MULN, which is for Mulan, right? So, you can see that the stock price came down 16% today, a lot of movement, right? 16% down, even though it is up 6% after hour, but 16% today. If you look at 5 days, you can see 44% down. If you look at 1 month, 5% down. But you can see that the stock price, it was right around 0.21. It went all the way to 0.5, zero point 0.6, then it came down. So one good lesson or important lesson is when a stock runs a lot from zero point 0.2 to zero point 0.6 is 3 times 300% gain. You can always take some profit, okay? Have some profit or put a trailing stop loss. So in that case, if stock comes down, it take profit. Let me know if you do not know what is trailing stop loss, then I can share the link for my other videos on that. But whenever something runs, you take some profit. There is nothing wrong. If even if you love the stock, you wanna hold it for a long time, take some profit. When it comes down, you can again buy it back. But anyway, in this video, I'm going to talk about the support, resistance, those kind of things. So I'm going to show you the chart first of all. This is a 2 hour chart, right? You can see the 2 hour chart. The stock was like $1.7, came back all the way to 0.2, nice, and all the way to 0.64, and now it's coming down. And why it was running? Because if you look at last few days, if you look at the news, they were having so many news. Like yesterday there was a news, October 31st, October 28th, so many news after news coming, right? And this thing was pumping and pumping. But when the market is bad, it is okay if it comes down, okay? Anyway, let's go back to a few important things in terms of the short interest. Mulan, as per Fintel, it is now 18%, okay? This is really high. It has 0.30 days to cover. So when there will be a short squeeze, this thing can run a lot. If you look at dark pool, this is 42%, okay? 42%. So these are very good states. So once the volume will come, this thing can run. You can see it ran 3 times in recently. So this is one thing. The other thing I want to talk about is the volume. So if you look at volume, Mulan is trading at high volume. Today's volume was 229 million, whereas the average volume is 218 million. So it is trading at a much higher volume. So that is one thing. Now let's look at day by day volume. This is also important. Look, the volume, the big candles here, 600 million volume. After that, the volume is coming down. But if you look at last four bars here, the volume is going up, right? So we have to see, can the volume sustain, and it might pick up. If volume is coming up again, this thing can move. You can see the price was 0.6, is coming down, but again, who knows, if the volume comes back, this thing can run. I will talk about the support resistance, but before that, few other things. If you look at the institution, currently 6.78% institution hold, and more importantly, if I come down, you can see all the greens means that institutions, they have added shares, right? 24,000 share, 54,000, 156,000. So you can see lots of green. So they are adding. This is very cheap. And finally, on the trading perspective, if you want to see the option chain, so let's go back to option price and let's look at the volume. Okay, let me see the volume graph here. Sorry, give me 1 second. Yeah, so the options expiring tomorrow, right? For 0.5 strike, I can still see 29,000 open interest. So these options are still waiting, and we will see how things will move. Currently Mulan is 0.3, so maybe they might be out of the money. But let's do one thing. Let's go back, go to next week, which is 11th of November. And if you look at the volume, is still 0.5 strike price, lots of volume, okay? So people are very bullish on Mulan, so lots of option chain activity, okay? The implied volatility is very high, so lots of demand, okay? So let's go back to the chart now. So you can see a nice run up from 0.42 all the way to 0.64. I'm looking at a 2 hour chart, and if I look at the RSI, you can see that the the RSI hit very high, like 80. Twice it went to 80. It came back all the way to 20. So on a 2 hour chart, when anything goes, not on 2 hour. So when RSI is over 70, it is overbought. So you can see it was overbought. It came down. Now it came down a lot. It's almost 20. Below 30 is oversold. So it might reverse at some point. Okay. So looking at the price action, you can see that it went up, hit 0.41, came back to 0.3, bounced from 0.3, again went up. Now what is happening? It came below 0.4. It tried to push. It came down. The red lines here, this is the cloud, EMA cloud I used to see the trend. What we can see here, we can see that currently it is trying to hold this 0.3 support. You can see that this is an area it is trying to hold. If 0.3 is broken, the next support will be 0.2. In that case, it will come back to its previous place, because from 0.2 it went to 0.6. Now it is coming back again to 0.2. But I think it might hold this 0.3. We will keep an eye on 0.3, because you can see previously this area it was held, right? 0.3, 0.32. We will keep an eye. If it is broken, if it is coming down, who knows, it can come back to 0.2. If it comes to 0.2 add, even on long-term perspective, even for a swing trade, I think 0.2 is a nice area to add. Looking at the RSI, even if I go back to a daily chart, you can see that the RSI is coming down, right? So we will keep an eye. So anyway, now let's look at a 3-minute chart. So this morning, what happened? This morning, once the market opened, it tried to push, then it came down, all the way to 0.3 area. Now it is trying to go back up. So how I will trade: if you see a pullback tomorrow, look for a bounce around 0.3, so you can enter around 0.3 with a stop loss, because if 0.3 is broken, maybe it can come down to 0.2. If it is just running and before market open, if you see it is over 0.33, this is the other line I'm talking about, then wait for this to come back at 0.33. In that case, the resistance at 0.33 will become the support. Then you enter with a stop loss. Okay, we have to see. If you are part of my Discord, then definitely you will have some levels with entry, exit, those kind of ideas, because that our Discord member, which is a private community, you have to pay $9 per month to become a member. So basically each morning I give them ideas for different ticker symbols with their entry, exit. I also come live, I talk about the place. Anyway, the link will be in the first comment to join my Discord. But this is how Mulan is looking like. It just needs some volume. So watch Mulan carefully. If you see volume is coming back, this thing can run again. If it is coming down, wait for this all the way to 0.2. Not saying it will come to 0.2, but keep an eye. Okay, so yeah, let me know your thoughts about Mulan, if you made some money with Mulan. And yeah, thank you again for watching this particular video. Take care and peace.